My name is Robert Hanchek of Wilson, Michigan, which is the southeast part of the UP, Menominee County, which is the dairy capital of the whole UP. I farm with my brother and my two sons, Ted and Nick and Russell. We've been at this location. My dad and my grandpa had purchased this land in 1916. So we've got about 84 to 87 to 88 years on this same spot. The boys will be the fourth generation. And we were getting to the point we had a 76 stall, tie stall barn. Stalls were starting to break off. You lean on them, they'd fall over, and we had to make a decision. If a guy's going to stay in the dairy business, we got to do something different and make it easier. It's too much labor. Prior to this, we'd rotate the cows in a field, in a 10-acre field. And after 4, 5, 6, 7 months of 100 cows on 10 acres, it gets pretty dirty. And then when it rains, they're standing in the mud, and they're standing in the sun, and they're standing in a pile, and it was just a mess all the time. Could never catch them in heat because they're a 40 away from you, you know. So we said if we're going to keep going, we're going to put a barn up, and so we decided on a 3-row, so we could drive through. With a 3-row barn, we can drive in and drive out, and we don't have to drive. Our tires never get dirty on the tractor and mixer. The facility we have here, 62 by 240, will handle 159 stalls we have. And when we get that many milk in, we can overcrowd somewhat, maybe 10%. And it's well ventilated, it's well lit, it's airy, there's no poles, no timbers going through the center. It's a lot of, we've had two dairy tours here, one in September, and where all the farmers come and looked at it, and everybody was really impressed about it. Well, when everybody seen it at first, they says, well, how long is that going to stand? And when I told them it will withstand a 100-mile-an-hour wind and a 24-hour snowfall of 8 feet, the representative from the company told me that, well, 8 feet of snow will never sit up there. 5 inches is the most. And I've seen a lot of tin barns with 2 feet of snow on top of them, and it went down rather than went off. And I didn't want no part of that, you know. I just like the airiness and the openness and of the whole facility, and it's cool. See, when sun beats on tin, it bakes it. Where here, it's cool. You go up there and put your hand on it, and it's cool. So consequently, there's no heating coming through, you know. And it's fresh all the time, and that's what we were after. Cow comfort and health. I don't think we had one animal last winter with pneumonia in this building, nothing. And it was 20 below for a week. And there was no frost on the inside the building here, ever, yet. Where you go in a tin barn and it just rains and pours because the humidity goes up, it can't get out. That's one thing I've noticed. It doesn't rain in here, ever, ever, ever. So that's a plus right there. I've been in a lot of what I call tin barns. They're nice buildings, but they're dark and they're gloomy. There's more room, there's more room for birds to sit on. There's a lot of timbers. I can come out here at night, and I do a lot of times, I push the feed in, and it's so fresh out here that when I go back in the house, my wife didn't know where I was. She can't even smell me. So that's one thing I look for. It's real clean and airy. And the breeze blows through nice, and the big thing is it reflects the sun and it stays cool. Probably a tune of about 10 degrees difference in the summertime. If it's 80 outside, it's 70 in here. If I had to build another one, it'd be the same thing. Same thing.